Yo, yo, yo,
What's
what's up, everybody?
what's good? What's good, Panther Nation? How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Two Fans in the Stands. It is I, your boy Tony, the Couch Scout Extraordinaire.
And it is I, CJ, your favorite armchair G.
Come on, somebody. Well, what's good with you, cuz? How you feeling today, my boy?
Hey, let me tell you,
Talk
okay? Let me
about
let
it.
me let me lean forward a little bit so make sure everybody see this. Panther Nation. Hey, look, it's preseason, okay?
Yeah.
But I don't give a damn. I'm ready for it. I want all the smoke today. I want all of it. Panthers Germany, what's
Already.
up, man? How you doing?
Oh, what?
I
Carolina
think this first
Panthers.
time you've been
Hey,
on the channel. How you doing?
Carolina
Appreciate
Panthers. Carolina Panthers, Germany. Let me go ahead and start this off and let you know. Two fans in the stands will be in Frankfurt, Germany, or I think it's either Frankfurt or Munich, Germany, in 2024 when the Panthers play the Kansas City Chiefs. So if you would continue to reach out to us, we're going to reach back out to you, and hopefully we can put something together, and we can link up in Germany and do a show together for our Panthers. How about that? Let me know if that sounds good to you.
all right.
But sure, hey, today is the day we get the chance
Mm-hmm.
to see Bryce Young in action. We get to
Yeah.
see the number one overall pick in action today. We about to see what he built like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
how
What he made up.
poised is he, what he made of.
Mm-hmm.
We get ready to not answer all the questions, but some of the questions that we have, because this is the
Yeah.
first preseason game. He's not going to play a whole game. You know, the offense and everything is going to be vanilla, so we have to keep that in mind. But we're going to get a little taste of what's to come.
Oh yeah.
And my thinking is, or my hope is, I hope it tastes pretty good. How about yourself?
Same here. Same here. But it's gonna be wild though, because you know, it's gonna go, I think, one of three ways. It's either gonna go
Okay.
really bad and everybody's gonna freak out, okay, over one game. It's gonna be like, eh, and then everybody who has doubts, they're gonna be like, "See, I told you so. I told you
Yeah.
so." Blah
Yeah,
blah
that
blah
that
blah blah
type.
blah blah. And
Yeah.
then it could go great, and then everybody may jump to conclusion. They might jump the gun. They might overreact. You might hear, "Oh, we going to the Super Bowl." Blah 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 blah. So, me personally, I just advise everybody out there, no matter what happens today, just remember it is the first preseason game. Okay.
That's right. Give
Yeah.
him a little grace. Give him a little grace.
Hmm.
Give him a little breathing room. Hey, this is the first time that the boys stepped out on the NFL field, in live action. So we have to give him a little bit of that grace period.
Hmm.
Like I said,
Oh yeah.
Rome wasn't built overnight, and
Hmm.
neither will he. But we're
Yeah.
looking for great things. I just want to see the consistency and the poise that he come with. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see, because that's what he's known for. That's what all the hype has been about him ever since
Mhm,
he was at Alabama. How poised he is in the pocket. How much he's willing to stand in the pocket and deliver the
mhm.
ball. How magical he can and creative he can get when the time comes. So I just want to see those things if possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But the number one thing is poise and to deliver the ball when need be.
okay. Look,
Yeah.
Panthers Germany said I'm hosting 6 Panthers podcasts in Munich. You guys are in. Well, I'll be damned. Let's get it.
Well, all right, all right. Well, we
Let's
we in
get it.
there. We in there.
We in
You can
there.
best believe. You can best
Alright.
believe that we in there.
Okay.
So we're gonna start this off, and I have one question for you,
What
CJ.
that is. What that is, my cousin.
Well, before we get into the question, let's talk
Mhm.
about preseason game preview. Let's talk about the preview between the Panthers and the Jets. What
Okay.
are your expectations for the Panthers as a whole tonight in their first preseason game?
Okay, I'm gonna break this down to a couple things. I
Okay.
expect the front seven of our defense to dominate. Okay. And when I
Okay.
say dominate, I expect them to get pressure on whoever's back there, quarterback, whether it's Aaron Rodgers, if he plays or whatever. And I expect them to pretty much stifle the Jets running game. Okay. Um
Okay.
Now my expectations for the offensive line, I expect them to do good with the kind of the wait and see approach with K Mays, to see how he does. I don't have too many fears about it, but it's still I think it's gonna be his first game starting, you
Yes.
know.
Yeah. This will be his
So
first
gonna
game
be his
starting.
first game starting. So I want to see what he does. Okay. Wide receivers, I expect them to go make plays. Secondary, God help us. I don't have any expectations for the secondary. I just want them to I just want them to do something. I just want them to do something. And for God's sakes, I just want all of them to stay healthy.
Yeah.
That's all I want secondary.
I'm with
I
you
want
on
them to act
that.
like they're competent and I want them to be healthy.
I'm with you 110% on that. For me, I
Yeah.
like the number one thing is just seeing what Bryce Young is going to do, and like you said, the guys to stay healthy. You know, yeah, that's pretty
Mm-hmm.
much it. Stay healthy,
Mm-hmm.
keep Bryce upright, and hopefully that he shows improvement from training camp and on. You know, from OTAs and training camp to to the first preseason game. So
Yeah.
that's my thought. And hey, shout out to Kenneth Blair, man, for the
Big shout
$25
out.
uh super
Chicken
chat.
wing money. There you
That's what I'm
go.
talking about.
I go get
Yeah.
me some lemon pepper drums on deck.
Two times.
Look, about to be like old Jameis Winston out here.
Right.
Oh, I know
Yeah, but we
everybody
appreciate
remember
you,
that, boy.
Kenneth. We definitely appreciate you, man.
Hey, thank you, thank you.
All right, let's go, Bryce. That's right,
Yeah,
Bryce
let's
Young.
go.
Let's go. Let's
Let's go.
go. See, Carolina, like
Yes,
the
yes,
video. We appreciate
please.
it, Panther Germany
Yes.
podcast.
Please, everybody,
Yeah,
if you watching, like the video for us. It'll help us out with this complicated YouTube algorithm. And we definitely appreciate you.
all right.
Definitely.
So now I'm gonna go into that first question that I started
Oh, hold on.
ask.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
I'm sorry. Give me one more thing I want to say too. Okay. I expect the coaching staff to be a lot more in tune and make sound decisions way better than the last coaching staff. And I'm kind of
Oh
thinking
yeah,
like like Matt Rule. Steve Wilkes, we love Steve Wilkes. We wanted him to get the job. He
right,
didn't get it.
right.
Move on, keep moving. But I just want to see this coaching staff go out and show everybody that these years of playing experience that we all keep talking about are going to turn around and do something.
I got you.
Okay.
I
I'm
got
sorry to
you.
cut you off, Tom. Go ahead. My
No,
bad.
no, you good. You good. So the first question of the day is, how many series should Bryce Young play?
Okay.
So that's
Let me
my
see.
question to you.
Okay. Now, I saw the last little bit of Cleveland and the Commanders last night. And I'm very
Okay.
proud that I didn't say the other name because I'm telling you, I have a hard time calling them the Commanders. I always say the other name, so I'm proud of myself for that one. But I watched the last little bit of it, and I saw what they said. Deshaun Watson played one series. He went 3 for 3, 12 yards. He had 3 rushes for 20 yards. Okay. One series took him out of the game. Okay. Now with Bryce Young, being that he is a rookie, okay, I don't think they have to go out there and play him, an extraordinary amount of snaps. And like Kenneth said, 30 snaps is probably good. But if they go out there and they can just show if Bryce can go out there, lead a drive, I'm not worried about scoring a bunch of points, even though it'd be nice. But if he can move the ball down the field, they go through whatever scripted plays that they probably have, and he's
Right.
executing. That's what I want to see, execution. If he
Right.
goes out there and drops a handful of dimes on his one series or maybe two series, and they pull him out the game, money. I'm good with it.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
get him out and keep him from getting hurt.
I agree with you on that. Hey,
Mhm.
we appreciate you, man. $2
Sauce money.
super
There you
fan.
go.
Yeah, sauce money for the chicken wings.
There you go. Appreciate
Already.
it.
Already.
Yeah.
Me personally, I was thinking along the lines of at least 3 series.
Mhm.
At least 3 series, maybe the first quarter. Maybe. Because depending on how many series he can get in that first
Mhm.
quarter. But the fact that he is a rookie, the fact that it is his first NFL live action, I think he needs as much exposure with the first unit as possible because we no longer have 4 preseason games like we used to. Now we only have 3. So the amount of time that he will have
Mhm.
to play in 3 games as opposed to 4 is a little shorter. So I don't know. I would say at least 3 series minimum.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Tom, we got a special guest with us. It is
Yeah,
none other
boy.
than Doug Q
Yes,
from the Black
sir.
Cat Panther podcast. What's going on, player?
I'll let your boy
What it
salute
do? What
pimp.
it do, man? How y'all feeling today?
Man, we
Hey,
feeling
hey,
good,
look.
bro.
We game ready, baby. We game ready. We
Ain't
we
ready.
ready to get
It's
this thing
game
started.
day.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You
Hey,
know?
it's preseason, but man, let me tell you, it ain't nothing like that first game for your favorite team. I don't care preseason, whatever. I mean, I felt like this on the first day of training camp when we got to go in there and see them practice. I was all giddy. I was like, yes, it's back, football.
And especially with the anticipation and the hype surrounding Bryce Young. Like we haven't had
Mm-hmm.
this hype or this type of anticipation surrounding a quarterback since Cam Newton. You know what I mean? So I think with the signing of Bryce, a whole new coaching regime, offensively and defensively, I think the Panthers and I think the fans of Panther Nation have a lot to look forward to and a lot
Mm-hmm.
to be right now. Ain't nobody put cleat to dust right, as of now. But I think there's a lot of excitement that we haven't had in a while. What you think, Q?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, you look at it in the last 3 years, we had what? 3 losing seasons. So
Mm-hmm.
the
Exactly.
anticipation is there. Everybody's ready. Look, after seeing CJ Stroud, I'm sitting here and I'm saying, please do not let Bryce come out and look like that. Please make
Right.
sure you have a game plan together for this
Yes.
young brother today.
Don't get CJ started.
Hey, let me tell you. I told Tony before we got on here. I said, "Damn it!" I said, "I hope Q come in the building." I said, "Because I want to mention something about CJ Stroud." Because I know Q was like, "See, I told y'all. I
I told you.
told y'all." What you call him, Q? The big dummy.
Big
He a dummy. He a certified dummy.
Oh
but
Lord.
but
Hold,
hey,
hold
but
on.
Q, come on now. Let's be fair. The boy only threw 4 passes. He was two for
Yeah.
four.
Well,
Yeah.
one of those passes went in the other direction.
This is
That's
true.
So,
true.
but come on now.
That's true.
Hey, hold
That's
on, Q.
true.
Now we are. I'm gonna give him a little bit of grace too, because let me tell you. It's funny because last night I was thinking, I was like, well, damn, did the Panthers dodge one by not taking him? Or I'm like, did Bryce Young dodge whatever CJ Stroud's going through down in Houston? Because his offensive line act like they was in another game somewhere else.
And the
I,
receiving core is
oh
trash.
my God. Let me tell you,
Well,
they gonna get him, bait, flambe, everything. He gonna be toast.
well, you know what, CJ and Tony, what they should have did instead of taking Will Anderson was go out and get one of the best left tackles in that draft to protect their young guy. They didn't do that. They rolled with what
True.
they had, and now look at them. Now they're
Yeah.
gonna be picking this boy up off the ground. So I hate to say it, but
Yeah,
you
I'm
got
telling
to
you, man.
prepare for your quarterback.
That is
Mm-hmm.
true. But
Yeah.
that's why I like what Scott Fitterer and them did last year. They realized that they need to go out and get a left tackle. You already had a steady rock and Taylor Moton on the right side. Went out and got Ike Quano. You know what I'm saying? So what they did, they solidified the line the best way they could. So when they did get their franchise quarterback, they could just drop him in. You know what I mean?
I think we both laughing at the same thing. He said,
Oh, that
Yeah,
comment.
Jimmy Clausen
yeah.
football brothers certified blind. Damn. Oh man. Now you know what?
Don't be
Hey,
disrespectful, man.
hey,
That's
I
funny
agree with
though.
Clausen. You know, I
I
give
got
give give CJ a little bit of time, but man, let me tell
yeah.
you, if that's what he gonna have to work with this season, hey, let me tell you, when I'm on my way to working every morning, I'm gonna throw a little prayer for him too. Because my God, he gonna need it.
Hey, Q, what you
Uh huh.
looking for? What you looking for tonight in the preseason matchup between the Panthers and the Jets? What would you like to see?
Um, One, I want to see a burst of energy. Like I said, we haven't seen anything worth looking at for the last 3 years. So one, I want to see if these guys have the energy coming out there to get out there and showcase, basically put on a good show because
Right.
you need to get the fans more involved. You need to get us back into the point where we could say, okay, the Panthers are serious this year. We need to make sure that we come back out and they set the tone. Next, I want to see is Bryce as advertised, and I'm going to look on that first drive. I want to see one how competent he is in running the offense. He don't
Right.
have to score. I'm gonna put that out there right now. He does not have
Right.
to score on the first drive. But what I want to see is he looking, is he making his reads? Is he making the right handoffs? If he's going to make a play, is it a smart play? Stuff like that is what I'm looking at from him. Like I said, people say preseason don't matter, but to me, every snap counts when you got a young
Every
quarterback.
every
Mm-hmm.
snap counts, and that's the thing. That's the main thing that I was talking about was how you handle the offense.
Oh yeah.
I want to see great command in the huddle, and I want to see how you handle the offense, and I want to see you be able to stand in the pocket and distribute the ball. I don't care if it's a screen pass or it's a dump off or if it's short, intermediate, whatever the play calls for. I want to see that you're competent enough to deliver on it. That's what I want to see.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What time?
Well,
Like
I think Q, we asked another question before you got in. Um, how many series you think Bryce should play tonight?
probably one. Just start him off on the first series, get his feet wet, and then from there, you know, give the reins to the next quarterback. I think, and after him, we should see more of what's the boy
Matt Corral.
Matt
Corral.
Matt
Corral,
Corral. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because we know what Andy Dalton is already. I want to see more
Right.
of Matt
True.
Corral. Let's put some tape of him together. So let's see what we got in him.
Facts.
Okay. Now, I think I can't remember if it was somebody that said it when we were on your show yesterday, but I know I read it and it was like they don't think Matt Corral will be anything more than the third string backup. And I didn't agree with that because I'm like, okay, yes, it's true. This regime did not draft Matt Corral. But there at the same time, there isn't any game tape for them to make a decision based off of what they want to do with Matt Corral. So I think this preseason is going to be is imperative for him to play good, and
Mhm.
whatever they determine to do with him, whether he played good enough to eventually be the second string quarterback one day, or even create trade value. But I think it's imperative for him to play great this preseason because last preseason we all know what happened, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real.
So
Well,
yeah.
Hold
Now
on, hold on one time, fellas. Shout out Rock Jones. He said, "What time is it? Game time." Keep pounding, fellas.
what's
Thank you for
going
getting
on,
the chat
Rock?
with us.
what's up,
Look,
Rock? How you living?
MDJ 365 said, "Preach to him." Q knuckleheaded when it comes to CJ. So
You
CJ
know what? You know what? I'm not even going there with MDJ. He got a hard head, but it's okay. It's
Oh
okay.
my goodness.
uh,
So my stance on Matt Corral,
yeah.
from the moment that he was taken from last year, it was a desperation move getting this guy
You
in the
think
building
so?
because then yeah.
Hmm.
Let me tell you something. We were trying to make the Baker Mayfield move a couple of weeks before the draft. You kept hearing
Mhm.
whispers
Right.
of it, whispers of it. It would go away, then it would come back. Whispers of it. So then you look around, all we had was Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold was already belly aching about where he wanted to potentially go if the Panthers was going to draft a quarterback. He wanted to be shipped somewhere else. Remember, he went on busting with the boys. So we looked at it from that move on. In comes in Matt Corral. And from the time Matt Corral comes in, he was a lame duck situation because they went out and they bought Baker Mayfield is what I'm gonna say because I'm not gonna say that they acquired him or bring him in. They bought him for the little couple of games that he was here, and when he came in, the situation went from bad to worse.
It
From
did.
bad to worse.
Yeah, it did.
And Corral ends up getting the list, Frank, end up sidelining himself after he argued with the coach to get into the game. This guy crippled his own self because had he had patience, he wouldn't have been in this situation.
I didn't know that. That's my first time hearing that. So he
Damn.
argued to get in the game.
Argued to get in the game with the fourth string and end up getting hurt because think about it. Your third round quarterback out there with fourth string talent, what you think gonna happen?
Yeah, I mean they got
Yeah,
him done up.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they
They
got him
got
done
him
up
done up.
real smooth. Like,
Hmm.
well,
Yeah,
let me
man.
ask you this. I know this is not one of the questions that I had, but since we're on the Matt Corral topic, do you think that if he has a successful preseason, that we should keep him? And do you think that he can eventually be the backup to Bryce Young?
I mean, a team is only strong as they backup. So if he go out there and he showcased that he's learned from year one to year two, you'd
Right.
be a fool to say, okay, I don't want that guy because I got Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is on his way exiting the building. He's just
Yes.
here to make sure everything stays smooth. You're going to eventually need a guy that's going to take us from the next couple of years to stay behind Bryce. He can run the RPO. He has
Yeah.
skills. But if he comes out and he lights it up in preseason and he showed that he got value, and keyword here is value, you'd be a
Right.
smart franchise to move off of him because you traded up to get this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
You did give up a you did give up a pick. You did
Mm-hmm.
give up a pick. Yeah.
And
So
and they got that new emergency quarterback rule too. So he could be the emergency quarterback and not count against the 53-man roster. And
Mm-hmm.
if both Dalton and Bryce were to get hurt, that's the only scenario where he can get in the game. And if one of them is deemed to be healthy and gets back in the game, he has to immediately come back out.
right.
So, but
So
he can still be on the team.
let me throw this curveball at both of y'all. CJ, you can go first. If and like you said, if Matt Corral does light it up this preseason, and like you just mentioned, the NFL rule has changed to where we can now keep a third quarterback as an emergency quarterback. If he lights it up this preseason, what is the chances that he can go into the season as the number two, and Andy Dalton be the emergency backup quarterback? What you think
Uh,
about that?
ze- zero, 0%.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
with you on that one.
zero. Absolutely not.
You
Absolutely
don't think
not.
so?
We bought in the red rifle for a reason, and there's no reason to deviate from that plan right now. Andy Dalton is brought in for leadership, veteran experience, and consistency. All stuff that
Okay.
Matt Corral does not have yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So absolutely zero.
What about you,
Yeah.
kid? What you think?
To piggyback off of what he said, like Matt Corral, like I said, year two of year three, we got 4 years until we have to worry about his contract. You know what I'm saying? So in that time, you want to see him develop and get better and better and more polished. You got Andy Dalton here on what, a 2 year deal?
Yeah,
Thank
He
two
you.
just
year
here on a
deal.
2 year deal. So
Yeah.
why not let him fulfill his role in them 2 years? Make sure that Matt Corral gets ready in the process, and then you'll have a sturdy backup as well as a competent, strong starting quarterback. The plan is already put together. Don't mess it up. We've done this before.
Yeah.
No,
Hence Teddy Bridgewater.
hey, I'm with both of y'all. I just thought I'd just throw a little curveball in there. Like CJ, like my cousin has always famously told me, anything
You
is
never
possible.
know.
You never
Mhm.
know.
Oh, hold on.
So
Arwit said yes. Dalton showing metal on those ball tires.
damn.
Why his tires gotta be bald? Why y'all doing it
Yeah.
like that? God.
First of all, why he got to be showing the medal?
Hey, boy,
You know,
hey.
once you get down to the middle part of the tire, you already
Mhm.
it's time to change the tire, man.
Yeah.
It's time to get a new one.
Hey, look.
Right?
I hope. I
It's
hope
too
to
late for
God he
that.
got a little bit of rubber left. Because if he's showing the metal, boy, woo. You tell you that's a bad day for you right there. I wish
That's
Goat
a
was here.
bad day.
Man, look at here. Go was looking around. I told Gold, I said, I'm gonna roll on over there because he was looking for you.
Mm.
Uh
But you know, go to old school. I got to lead him to the water.
huh.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. All right. So listen. So we know that Donte Jackson and Jaycee Horn are both coming back from injuries, right? Donte coming back from his torn Achilles, and Jaycee Horn with I think he was nursing a foot injury that
Mhm.
happened to OTAs. Not as bad as Dante's. And I remember Frank Wright said in one of the press conferences that they wanted to just slowly ramp him up through training camp and not try to put too much on him, right?
Hmm.
So, Q, let me ask you this: should Donte Jackson and J.C. Horn play tonight, and if so, how much?
No, sir. I would not play them at all. Well, let me correct that. J.C. Horn is not touching that field if I'm Frank Wright tonight because he's too value. That's my prized possession on defense. We go as he goes, and it
Right,
showed last year. You don't want to throw him out there and he injures something else. Now Dante Jackson,
right.
the handwriting on the wall with him. So you could put him out there for a series or a drive or two. It don't really matter because we already know he gonna get hurt at some point. We already know that.
Damn, Q. Go ahead, CJ. What you
I
think?
mean, I find it very hard to disagree with that because, like you said, the writing is on the wall. I mean,
Yeah,
if you keep walking to a mud puddle and you step in it and it's wet, okay, and you come back the next day and you like, you know what? I'm gonna see if it's wet again. It's still wet. You know, he's doing the same thing. He's going out there, he's getting hurt, he can't stay healthy.
you and these
So,
damn analogies.
But
hey, you
I
know,
like it though.
you going out there putting your foot in the same water, the same mud puddle every day, trying to see if it's something that it's not, when it's still going to be a mud puddle. And I ain't calling Dante Jackson a mud puddle, but I'm just saying though, the piggybacking what Q said, throw him out there, see what he do, see if he's ready. But J.C. Horn, yeah, I agree, absolutely not. Keep him on the bench. If Dante needs a few reps to try to get back in the swing of things, okay, cool. But for him, I would say keep it to a minimum. Keep him out there a series or two, see what he may do. But yeah, but Horn, no, Dante, a little bit. I think he'd be all right.
Me personally, I would like to see all. I would like to see both of them play at least one series.
Mhm.
At least one series. Dante maybe two, but at least get J.C. Horn out there and play one series. I think it would be beneficial for both of those guys. You know what I mean? Because I think what is it? If I'm not mistaken, they're going to play the most in the second preseason game, and they're probably not going to play at all in the third preseason game. That's pretty much where the backups, undrafted free agents, those guys are going to try to make the squad. But I would like to see them at least get one series. Reason why I say that is because this is a new defensive scheme. This 3-4 from a 4-3 ain't too much changing from the corner position when you talking about scheme wise. Either you're gonna play more zone or you're gonna play more press man or man to man or whatever. That's really the only thing when you're talking about corners. But I would just like to see them get out there with the new defensive talent on the field and at least play one series with those guys. That's my feeling on that. What's some of these comments?
Yo, Kenneth said Jackson is the type that pours water in the hot bacon grease. Damn. Oh my God.
All right, I could tear your tail up.
Boy. You see,
Oh
we got
God.
Let me see. Paul Mancini, Jay Issue. I can't. I'm probably saying this wrong. Nadir. Welcome to the chat. How y'all doing?
Oh yeah. Nadir was on here last time.
Yeah.
Nadir was here last time.
Elizabeth
Elizabeth
Lashley, how you doing?
She knew. How you doing, Elizabeth?
If our backup
Welcome to the
QB stick it
channel.
up today, y'all think Fitterer going to finally sign depth to our secondary? I think he's gonna force his hand. I think he's gonna have to. To me, it's getting to the point where it's either with the cornerbacks, it's either sink or swim. There's no in between. It's either they're gonna go out and do something, or they're gonna go out fall flat on their face, and then we're gonna have to call them backup. Right. But we do have somebody else with us. What's up, Goat?
What's going on, Goat? What's
How you
going
doing?
on with you, Goat?
Good. I can't call it.
Well, we've been waiting. We've been waiting to see if you're gonna find yourself find your way to the water. Q said he had to lead you, but you was moving a little slow. You feel me?
Yes, sir. You can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink.
No. Usually, man, on Saturdays, I do, you know, how do you say, you do all your piddling around, you know what I'm saying? So I had to finish piddling around. Yeah.
Piddling around, boy. I tell we from the country, boy. Piddling around, dude.
Yeah.
Like you're piddling around.
Yeah. You start staring about 8:00.
Hey, you hear all kind of stuff like that with Goat. Now, Goat will say some sayings I ain't never heard before.
But you know what though? I've heard that before.
That's
why I've heard that before.
Piddling
around. Yeah. I heard that all the time growing up.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. Hey, but Goat, I'm gonna catch you up here real quick. So we were asking what were your expectations from the game tonight, and how many series should Bryce Young play?
He ain't gonna do nothing. Like me and Q was talking about this a little bit earlier. If all you want to see from him is this, if he marched the ball down in command of the offense, the vanilla part of this offense, they're gonna throw him. They just want to see a couple looks from this Jets defense. And if it looks good, he leaves a scoring drive, or either, you know, a kick at the end, and see a little red zone, see like how he is in the open field, things like that. That's all you want to see. You don't want to do too much. Maybe 2 series, something like that. But it's gonna be the Matt Corral show. Let it just go ahead. This place is gonna be the Matt Corral show.
I agree with that. So let me ask you this, Goat. Do you think it's imperative that Bryce Young leads one of the drives to a touchdown? Whether he play 1 or 2 drives, do you think it's imperative that he leads the offense to a touchdown or not?
No, not necessarily. He just has to be competent, way more competent than CJ was the other day. You know what I mean? That's all you want. That's all you want to say, okay, he gets it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Okay, it's not too big. Okay, it's not too fast. Okay, he sees this guy, he sees that guy, he sees the field, he dumps it off, he throws it away. You know, you just couple situations. That's it. Get him out of there.
Yep.
That's it.
Okay. Yep. Run the script and close the book. Yep.
That's it.
Yep. Poppin', what's going on, man? How you doing?
Poppin', what's good,
what's up,
my boy?
Man? What's up? How y'all doing, man? Super Bowl, here we go.
Yay.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I am not falling in that trap. I am not a Dallas Cowboys fan, and I would not march down that road, player. Nah, you ain't gonna step me up with that one.
But he might have said that just to get Goat riled up when he come in.
Yeah. Hey, but before we go any further, I want to say, man, I appreciate you guys coming on, man. I appreciate you guys inviting us onto y'all show, welcoming us with an open arm, showing us a good time, and I hope that we can just return the favor, man. But we are thankful and grateful that you guys have decided to join us today, man. It means a lot to us.
Really does. Really does. Let me see. Our wit said, how many drafted players will make this team besides Young and Mingo, maybe Chandler?
I think all of them. I
know DJ definitely making it. And
I think Jamie Robinson.
Jamie Robinson.
You said drafted players?
Yeah.
We only have 5.
Yeah, we only have 5.
I think all
Yeah,
five
draft
will.
players
You're
making.
looking at then you're looking at Rajon. You're looking at the other guys
They
that's
done
brought
cut
on.
Jalen Redmond.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
He
cut
couldn't
Kobe
be on the
Richardson.
field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they kept Richardson, the cornerback from LSU, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice player, and they cut him,
Yeah.
but leave C.J. Henderson here. Man, get out of
But
here.
you know what? I like Mark Milton.
Mm.
I like Mark Milton better than I like Richardson, the boy at the Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Mark Milton. I'm anxious to see what he do tonight.
He
I
fast,
just
yo.
got a bad
You
taste
know
in my
what?
mouth for Baylor.
I
Well, I
think that
can't say
Kobe
that. My,
move.
my wife graduated from Baylor, so I gotta go easy on that.
Okay. But I think that Kobe move, y'all. He ain't got picked up by nobody. I don't be surprised to see him get picked up and throw back on
Practice
the
squad.
practice squad or something like that. Because see,
You
they
think
did it
so?
early. Yeah, because you see how they did it early before people could see him in the preseason or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm going with it?
Yeah.
So you don't think
I
Kobe
think it's a
Jones?
numbers game.
You don't think Kobe Jones has a chance to make the 53-man roster? Go.
We got a lot of people on the bubble. We getting ready to do a show
We do.
where
We do.
where we're gonna do some cuts and stuff like that. I think we're gonna do it Monday, right, Q?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Well,
we're gonna make some cuts and stuff like that, and you're gonna see it's gonna blow your mind there, Tony, to see like, damn, should I keep this? It's a hard decision, bro.
but you
It's a
know what?
hard decision to see who's going and who ain't.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that though, Go, because when's the last time when we had decent depth across the board that would create competition in camp? Like that's what you want. You want to see that.
2 years,
You
at least,
want
at
to
least two and a
see,
half years, at least, yeah,
yeah.
at least
You
two and a
at
half
each
years.
position,
Probably longer than that.
each position, you want to
Mm-hmm.
see quality depth across the board, especially in the trenches. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, defensive ends. That's where you want to see most of your depth, in my opinion, and let the best man win. Now, like you said, there's going to be some guys that get cut. You know, some guys that probably be released. Some guys that may even be brought back to the practice squad if you know if we can. But there, like you said, there are going to be some surprises. But I think that will benefit us in the long run because the ones that do stay, they obviously was good enough than the ones that we let go.
Mm-hmm. Now, Wiley was
Hey.
trying to explain that thing, and I couldn't get it. I was going in and out, and he was saying how maybe one of y'all know how it works too, with the waiver and all that stuff, and getting them back on the practice squad. You remember he was saying, uh, you go back to our original draft where we drafted at number 9, not 1, and it's got to tick down past all those teams and come back to us again some type of way
Mm-hmm.
before we can get
Right.
the guy. So
Yeah.
that's just my school of thinking like, okay, you've been talking about this guy doing good the whole camp, and then you cut him and release him. Don't make sense to me, and we need depth at that position. So I'm just thinking, I go ahead and release him now before everybody start to see him. All these GMs and stuff like that. That's the only reason why these GMs and stuff look at these games to see these second, third, fourth string guys on the bubble on your roster and see
Yeah.
how they perform. Because they don't get to see them at camp. They might got a
Yeah.
scout out there for a little bit, but how much can he see? So they see him in a real live action in the preseason, and they keep this guy's name out there. And if this guy comes on the wire, come across their desk, they're gonna snatch him up. But I don't know nothing about this guy. We released him early
Right.
enough for us to come back and get him.
Okay.
So
Hey, and I want
that's
to
just my
welcome R
school of
Wit
thinking.
to the to the scene. How you doing, man?
What's going on,
I'm doing
Arwit?
all right. How about yourself, guys? What's
Doing
good with
good,
you?
man. Doing good. Thank you for joining us. We greatly appreciate you,
right.
man.
We're doing good, my brother.
Yeah,
Appreciate you
no doubt.
joining us, man.
Hey, I
Yeah.
love everything y'all was talking about earlier. You know, you're talking about which players should start the whole 9 yards. I was asking a question, you know, and I know y'all probably didn't see it or probably did see it. The question I was asking is, how many of these D-backs are, better yet, undrafted players will we see besides for Mingo, Young, and Chandler make the team?
Undrafted or drafted?
We were just discussing that. I think we were discussing that while you were trying to get in.
Right. It said I was thinking about Rajon Wright as a D-back, he went undrafted. I mean, I really liked the cat. I mean, that was one of the cats that I really was following. But, he didn't get drafted. He went undrafted. So I looked at the depth chart. They got him at the way back end of the whole entire roster. Like he's, what, fourth string, fifth string?
Yeah. Well, that depth
I mean,
chart,
I'm
man,
just
that depth chart that just came out, even Frank Wright even mentioned it in his press conference at the end of practice the other day. And I think Vashti asked him how much stock should be put into that depth chart, and he basically was like, none. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, if you look at it,
right.
man, they have players at certain positions that in training camp they wasn't even working at that positions. Like Donte Brown, they had him as the backup right guard. He didn't work at right guard at all in training camp. Most of the time, he was working with the second team offense as a left guard behind Brady Christensen. So that depth chart that is definitely not going to be the depth chart for the Panthers heading into week 1 when we play Atlanta. So I wouldn't take any stock in that. I wouldn't worry about it. But as far as the undrafted rookies, when it comes to that cornerback position, man, because that's such an iffy position on our defensive side of the ball.
Real.
That is the most vulnerable. Let me say that. Because God willing, if something was to happen to Jaycee Horn or Donte Jackson, now you talking about CJ Henderson or Keith Taylor. Well, we already got a taste last year what that looked like. So then who's the third and fourth corners behind them? You know what I'm saying? Now you're talking about possibly Rajon Wright. You're talking about possibly Mark Milton. So that cornerback depth, I just hope them boys show improve this preseason to make me feel good about the cornerback position. That's how I feel about it.
Hey, look, Jay said he could name 15 bodies that could go easily.
Rock Jones said Ian Thomas got to go. Man,
Yeah,
Rock,
you do.
let me tell you something. I've been talking about that since
I agree.
the past 2 years. Bruh, I was so damn mad when they gave him a contract extension. I'm like, you pay him what?
Yeah.
Why is he even still in the deck lineup?
Listen, I don't want to say on here what I really want to say about the whole situation. I'm gonna keep it PG-13. You know what I'm saying? But that was a dummy move. In Q voice, he's a dummy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, but
couldn't have said
what
it better.
You feel about that? What do you feel about the depth chart? The depth behind the cornerbacks and behind Donte and Jaycee Horn.
Well, like I said earlier, Rajon Wright has been a guy to me that's always stood out. I feel like if anybody should get a push in that whole cornerback room, it should be him. Because he has the height, he has all the logistics that you look for, the prototypical size. The guy has great coverage skills. I just want to, make sure that the game is coming to him at the right speed. And I don't want to rush him before his time, but I see him as the future cornerback for the Carolina Panthers.
Wow.
Okay.
I do. Opposite of Jaycee Horn, maybe next year we're gonna be starting probably Rajon Wright.
Okay.
I
like
that.
Prediction.
If y'all think you have to, because with Donte's health issues, man, his ain't gonna get no better. I mean, I look at Jaycee, his stuff is accidental. But with Donte and then his contract, what was the contract? 3 years, 2 years, something like that. So
they gave him a 2 year.
Like that come up. So you got to start bringing something. You got to groom somebody. Get ready to draft somebody, free agent or something. It's gonna have to be addressed here come next year.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm gonna pose this question to you, Q, and then you can answer, because me and CJ talked about this numerous of times when it happened. If you were the GM of the Panthers and you had a decision to make of re-signing Stephon Gilmore or Donte Jackson, which role would you have taken?
Oh, Gilly Lock all day. That's a no-brainer. Like I said, you get a certified guy, former defensive player of the year. When he was seen, he only played 8 games for you, but still made the Pro Bowl. This guy is
Yeah.
as advertised. I would have signed him. And check this out. They went for the same price. He went to the Colts for the same price we re-signed Donte Jackson for.
Yes.
But I always wondered, what was it more of he didn't want to be here type of thing. Like they could offer
No,
him
he
whatever.
wanted to be here.
Yeah,
He
Oh, he
wanted
did?
to be here.
They did the
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
offer.
Oh,
They did the
dumbass.
offer.
Oh,
I
yeah.
See,
Yeah.
can't
he
even
said
remember.
it.
Go ahead, Q.
He said it in a podium. He said we saw him at a dinner. We saw Stephon Gilmore at a dinner, and if I remember him correctly, he said we talked about the potentials of what we could do. And Stephon laid it on the table. He wanted to be here, but they didn't want. They were looking at his age. At I think he was 31 at the time.
Mm,
31. He giving niggas the business. What are you talking about?
he sure was. He sure
Hey,
My
his
chest.
wife, I can't remember. But go ahead. My bad. Go.
Oh
Say,
no, Q said it all, man. He said it all.
okay.
He said it everywhere. One time he said everything what I would have said. For
Okay.
real. The same thing.
What about
My
what
sentiments
about you?
exactly.
What about you, Pop?
Uh,
Would you have re-signed Gilly Lock, or would you have went with
I
Donte
would,
Jackson?
I would resign Gilly Lock. But Donte, yeah, he's been a issue not being able to stay, on the field. Gilly Lock is at the age too, where he's up there. So you don't know how long you're gonna have him. So you're still in a predicament, because if any one of them go down, we haven't been doing ourselves a due service by not bringing in good backups. So in my mind, I feel like whether the guys agree with me or not, I believe that a Franklin or one of those guys, especially those guys, are probably going to be put in that corner room.
Mm.
You know what I mean? They've been here. They've been here for a while, and I think that's why they have been letting go. These undrafted free agents, because one of those guys gonna play corner if need be.
Okay. All right. What you think, man? Would you have re-signed Stephon Gilmore or the Donte Jackson?
I say, boy, I would, okay, well, you put me in the predicament of Donte Jackson, but I had to say I was at the game last year, Thursday night game, when he got injured. Cat rolled right past me and looked down at him. I was like, wow. We still had Horn still left, but that was when we was at that prime and pinnacle of our season, and we were still losing. We already got rid of all the coaches and everything, and then the whole defense just turned around right there at that moment. So we had lost Jackson, so that pretty much put us in a hurt. And then 2 weeks later, we lost Horn. So if I was looking, and Pop just said it, he just said his name, Mac McCain. Oh my goodness. Like, yeah, I really like that guy right there. Individual right out of the state, got an opportunity and chance to play for North Carolina A&T State University. I mean, he's very good. He's been on a couple of teams. Just ain't really had a chance and opportunity to really bounce out into a better, what I'm trying to say, a better defense, a better scheme plan, a better plan. I mean, he's been around, he's been a backup. So, I mean, that's still good. But to talk about a better D-back to somebody that can fill a slot, we haven't talked about that nickel D-back slot and Jeremy Chin.
But so I know that the depth chart came out and they were talking about Jeremy Chin playing nickel cornerback.
Possible changes and everything.
I'm just gonna stick my neck out there and say that is not gonna happen. He is not gonna play nickel corner. If you watch Jeremy Chin since he's been in the league, if he's guarding anything outside of a tight end or a running back, they eat his ass up all day, every day. He doesn't have the recognition skills to stick with a slot receiver. He don't have the skills to stick with a X receiver or wide receiver. A tight end down the seam, he can do all day. A running back out the backfield, he can do all day. My bet,
but a wide out though.
With who I think is going to be the nickel back is Eric Rowe. Eric
Yeah.
Rose played nickelback
Mm.
in New England. He came out of Utah as a corner. Came into the league. Yeah, he came into the league as a corner. Didn't necessarily work out. Went to New England. New England made him a safety. Then he started playing a little bit of hybrid
Belichick.
safety, nickel corner. That's his thing. That's his mo. So I look for Eric Rose to man that nickel back uh, corner. Now, if you want to put Jeremy Chin as the big nickel, someone that's going to guard those tight ends, covering, put him over the tight end. Yeah, I'm thinking too fast. I'm thinking faster than I'm talking. But if you put him
No, I done got you messed up. My
over,
bad.
yeah, if you put him over the tight end and that's his
Right.
man, like Cam Chancellor 2.0, then yeah, he can do that. But he is not
Okay.
playing the small nickel guarding the slot receivers or wide receivers. He'll be French toast all day.
Now,
Gotcha.
I want to get a couple of these
Understood.
comments. I want to go back to one Kenneth said a little while back. He said, "So is our motto for this year improvement and promise for the future?" I can I can agree with that. I can agree with that because I
Yeah,
think all of us here can agree that we want to see our team improve, and I don't think there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to see some improvement from 7-10. Okay, I think it's
I
feasible
agree
for
with
us to
that.
improve on that record. But the one thing I will say is this: um, hopefully the defensive front can be good enough to kind of really help out our secondary and just say if we have an injury or two or something that happened like it did last year, hopefully our defensive front can get enough pressure to take some of the pressure off our secondary. But whatever happens this season, they've got to they got to go sit down and say, okay, we did good here, but they got to identify the deficiencies and things that went wrong, and they got to go make it work in free agency and the draft next year. Because Jay Issue brought up another comment where he said Cam Smith should have been our second pick. And me and Tony was kind of like, oh, we like Jonathan Mingo. We do like Jonathan Mingo, but we think I think we did miss an opportunity to take a couple good cornerbacks, and we took
Yes, we
Jonathan
did.
Mingo. No disrespect to
We did.
Mingo. I hope he goes out there and balls out. But I guess that's kind of looking back at it because we oh goodness. Well, we got Thielen and Chark and all them in before the draft, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
So let
maybe
me ask you a question, CJ. If just through the history of Carolina Panthers, it's like we go get a corner when we need a quarterback, and then get a quarterback when we need corners.
yeah. I mean, if you look at our if you look at our draft history, we pretty much been A-okay with first round picks. I think we've had solid history of first round draft picks.
We
But
have.
second round on down, some of them it's just been like
Trash. Just say CJ trash.
why did you pick them? Huh?
Trash. Just say it. Trash. Trash. Just say
I don't
it.
want to call all of them. I don't want to call all of them
Oh
trash.
God.
All in whole.
I can't call all of them trash.
Yeah. But a lot of them picks have definitely been trash.
Jeremy Chin ain't trash.
Who
We
else?
got-
Who else?
okay. Terrence Marshall Jr. isn't trash.
We don't know.
Oh, I'm about to say you about to go off.
No,
do it to
Q.
yourself.
I was with you until you said that.
Come on,
Pump the
Q.
brakes.
Come on, Q.
We don't know yet.
What you got against TMJ, man?
Yeah, what you
I
got
don't got
against
nothing
TJ?
against him. You want to shut me up? Ball out. Other than that, I'm on your ass. I hate to say it like that. I hate to do it.
But do you not think
I feel
he
the same way about
did?
Henderson.
Do you not think he did good with opportunities that he was given last year? Because remember, the first 4 or 5 games he was healthy, and Matt Rule didn't even play him. It wasn't until we released Matt Rule, and then he come into the game. Steve Wilkes was run heavy, but with the opportunities that he got, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, with the opportunities that he got, he stepped up.
Hey,
So
let me tell you,
Tony,
Q about to say, I don't give a damn about that shit.
Hey man,
With
hey,
all due respect, I don't give a damn.
I'm not trying to get
Let
it.
me tell you, Terrence Marshall Jr. was picked by the Carolina Panthers in the second round. Second round,
Yeah.
59th pick
Yeah.
overall. The value that I keep telling you we should be getting from these first and second round picks, we haven't gotten. This guy, I have to listen on every show. A guy like Goat telling me he was in front of Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, and he was leading those guys. So
But he wasn't.
all the
He wasn't.
expectations for him are up here.
But
You know
he
what I'm
was
saying?
at LSU. He was the number 3 receiver behind those two. He wasn't
And
the
one of
number
the
1
boys,
receiver.
Jamar Chase get hurt for a season or something like that, and he ended up stepping into the starting role.
No. Yeah. Jamar Chase didn't play his junior year. He sat out his junior year.
Sat
And
out.
COVID,
Terrence
wasn't
Marshall, due to COVID, I think.
He
Terrence
balled out
Marshall,
though.
yeah, but Terrence Marshall, when he was the number 3 receiver, he
Mm.
still led them in touchdowns, not receiving yards.
He off now, Tony, because
So to be fair to him, that first year, he could not stay healthy through training camp, through preseason, and it kind of like you want to say put him in a doghouse with Matt Rule and them boys or whatever, because Joe Brady really wanted him. That was his offensive coordinator at LSU. That was Joe
Mhm.
Brady boy. You know what I mean? So who knew how to run? Who knew that offense that Joe Brady was running at the time was Terrence Marshall Jr. But he couldn't stay healthy. So my thing is, the brother's healthy now. He was healthy last year. He stayed healthy throughout the year, and the little limited opportunities that he was given, I think he shined with those opportunities. I'm just hoping for a bigger year this year. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Like he hasn't gone out there while he's on the field and stunk it up. Now, Q, you know he ain't done that. When he has
but
been on
Tony,
the
you
field,
you,
no.
you hoping,
Listen,
you
listen.
hoping
Yeah,
right now.
you can't get by.
You
You can't get to
hoping.
him, Tony. You can't get. He don't want to hear it, Tony. He don't want to hear it.
You
He
are
don't want to hear it.
you are
Go. I'm
putting
talking to a
hope
brick
into
wall
the
right here.
equation.
Go. I'm talking to a
His
brick
head
wall
hard,
lane.
Tony.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
know.
talk to a brick wall.
Yeah.
Send the block. Send the block. Why them bricks? Send the block.
You're goddamn
Center
right.
block.
Center block.
Send the block.
Hey, all I'm
Send
gonna
the
say,
block.
all,
You
all,
don't
all
want
I'm
to
gonna
hear it.
say, hey, I just think he's
You
gonna ball out
said,
this year. I think he's gonna
Tony,
ball out this year.
Tony, you
And
said this guy
I
was
hope you
on the
come.
team
Yeah.
with
Yes.
Justin Jefferson
Yes.
and Jamar Chase.
Yes. Yes. It was.
I rest my case. I ain't saying nothing else.
Tony,
But
if
what are
you
you
put
saying
the
though?
numbers up there right now,
What are
Tony,
you
if you put the
saying?
numbers up there right now and show him he was leading them boys, and then the two toughest receivers in the league right now, bar none.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna try to
Hey,
hear it. He ain't gonna try to hear it.
injuries.
If you
Injuries have derailed him from getting to the point that Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase are at right now. Now
so why we had to get the broke one out the three? Why we had to get the one that can't keep his body together?
because the other two are already
Right.
gone. The other two was already
Right.
gone. What can you do?
Oh my God, this
They,
kills me.
bro, they were already gone. It's not like we took Terrence Marshall Jr. over Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. That wasn't the case. Them boys
what
went
happened?
ahead of him.
That was no. Justin Jefferson went ahead of the year before. Then Terrence came out. Then the next year Chase came out.
Jamar came
But
out.
Brady,
Mhm.
but Brady signed off on it because Brady said, no, this guy's killing these other two guys. That's
Yeah.
what happened. But he
And
just
clearly he
just
saw
couldn't
what
get his
you
stuff
saw.
right. No,
But
Now go.
all I'm saying
He
is
he
the
see the
boy just
star
got to
in the
stay
making.
healthy. Thank you, Goat. Say it again, Goat.
A star in the making. You haven't
Yes.
let him blossom yet.
What's the best ability
Q.
in the NFL?
Be patient,
Availability.
Q.
Oh, here we go.
Exactly.
Immediately.
So for the first 2 years
Immediately.
of his contract, he was not available.
He was available last year. He was available. Last year was year 2. He played last year.
Okay, the end of year 2.
No, he played at the game 5. Now, see, I ain't gonna let you just rest on that right there. You out here lying on that man like that now. Nah,
I
I
ain't
ain't
lying
gonna let
on
you
him.
do
His
that.
knees lying on him. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at his body.
Oh Lord.
I think, hey, we're gonna see. We're gonna revisit this conversation. I say by game 8, by the middle of the season, we're gonna revisit this conversation and
I'm
see
gonna
where we
have the
stand.
same answer. I'm gonna have the
Hey,
same answer.
hey, look, Jay, as you said, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf for TMJ, but if he don't give me 1,000 yards this season, I have to turn my back on him for the rest of his career in Carolina. Now, I don't fully agree with that, but he does need to put up some significant numbers this season,
Mm-hmm.
catches, yards, touchdowns, for especially for the Qs in the world to be like, you know what, we might have a little something.
But CJ, I'm a fair guy. I said, and me and Wiley just had the same argument. We got to bet on TMJ for the season. I
Mm.
said, give me 800. Just give me 800, and I'll say you are complete, and you can be wide receiver number 1. You and Mingo could be the future of the Panthers if you go out and give me 800 this year.
I take 800.
Yeah.
I think 800
I take 800. Yeah,
because
I take 800.
I don't see not one wide receiver on the roster right now that's going to be a dominant wide receiver 1 for us this year, and I think that's a
Thank you.
Not at all.
benefit.
Thank you.
I think that's a benefit
Thank you.
because in this Frank Wright triangle read offense, it's all about spreading the ball around to different playmakers. They're not just queuing on one wide receiver as the go-to guy. I think all them boys are going to eat,
Mm-hmm.
including
But
TMJ.
That's why
now
we're
that
gonna.
doesn't mean
That's
that
why we're
one
gonna
person
carry
don't
6
stand out.
receivers.
That
Yeah.
includes Terrence
But
No,
Marshall
no,
Jr.
no, no. Yeah, yeah,
CJ,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
CJ, they
Yes,
just
sir.
wrapped their hands around Jonathan Mingo. That boy
Mm-hmm.
gonna be your starting number 1. Watch by the middle of the
Man,
season. DJ Chark, they gonna push him back.
Yeah. Hey, but you know
I,
what though?
I, I
How
agree with that.
however it pans
I'm
out,
agree with that.
I'm cool with it as long as we winning games. Like saying right now, we just speculating, throwing stuff out there. I do think TMJ has something to prove, and I do think he's capable of going out there and showing us something. But
exactly.
at the end of the day, as long as we winning games, I don't give a damn who leading us and whatever.
I wouldn't
I just
care
want
if
a
we didn't
W.
have a. I wouldn't care if not one receiver had 1,000 yards this year. If we could win the NFC South and make the playoffs, all that is null and void in my opinion.
Bro, that's huge to me. I like that. I like what you just said. That's real. That's
Mm-hmm.
straight talk.
Tony, that's a
Oh,
whole
I
other
yeah.
mean,
argument.
I've been sitting here. I was listening to y'all guys for a whole minute. Yo, all the receivers y'all said, it's just like CJ said just a minute ago. I don't think neither one of these receivers is our number 1, 2, 3, or 4. And I mean, if I got that right, if I said the right person, but I'm thinking like this: when it comes down to CMJ, I have not
TMJ.
seen this young man get. Huh?
TMJ.
Well, I said
Not CM. He said
TMJ. My bad. I
CMJ.
said I'm thinking about dang Christian McCaffrey. Forgive me, y'all. All right, TMJ. Boy,
Yeah.
that's somebody I missed going out of style. All right, he
No,
hasn't
don't
showed
bring that
me
up.
any separation for you to be a dominant wide receiver. I'm gonna bring in a name of a wide receiver that, oh my God, what happened to him? Because his rookie campaign took us to the Super Bowl, and that was Devin Funches.
But okay,
And
Whit,
I know
I
y'all
boy,
remember that rookie.
you took the words right out of my mouth, Whit. You took the words right out of my mouth. Okay, Terrence Marshall, think of Devin Funches, a better catcher, a little more speed, and able to use his body better. You see what I'm saying? So Devin Funches
Yes, yes, sir.
2.0. You see what I'm saying? That's what Terrence Marshall is. You see what I'm saying? Now you're not gonna get no burner. He doesn't have that type of speed. So he's not just gonna just break motherfuckers and
Who
separate from them. But he can use
who
his
don't have that type of
body.
speed, go?
Terrence Marshall. He
Terrence
don't have that
Marshall
type of speed.
Terrence Marshall ran a
He really don't.
4.3840.
Oh
Terrence
But
shit,
what I'm
Marshall can
saying
my
though,
get
bad.
it.
he hasn't
Terrence
showed it though, Tony. You understand what I'm saying?
a little
What was
bit.
his
Show me the
shuttle
last
time though?
time you just seen him burn somebody in a straight route and just get behind the defense.
No, no, no,
You
no.
haven't seen it.
What was his shuttle time?
That I don't remember his
What was his
shuttle
shuttle
time.
time?
I don't remember his shuttle
See, that's the
time.
big difference. Now you can run
Yeah.
up and down the field at a 4.2 and not run back and forth,
But-
back and forth in that same speed.
But see that
That man can't
shuttle-
get separation to me.
But
a shuttle.
see what he
Right.
does do it. He gets people on his shoulder, or he boxes out very well, and he goes up 50-50 ball, or
And he
some
does
type
do
of
that.
way, and he makes the catch.
So
He's a
so
He
you
does
use him as
do
a
that.
bigger possession receiver. That's what
So-
I use him as.
so with
He is.
all that with all that GOAT and with what y'all just said about TMJ, doesn't that give y'all any hope that he will have a better year this year based off of what y'all just said?
I
Oh,
know
This
he
is third
will.
season?
I know he will.
It
I
takes
know
more
he
than
will.
that for me. I'm sorry, but I'm reading the scouting report on
I
TMJ right
believe
now.
it. You don't.
I got no faith. If they were giving out faith for free, I still wouldn't have enough for him. Anyhow,
Y'all-
his weaknesses are he lacks focus and intensity. He lacks focus and intensity. He's too content in allowing press corners to attack his release. I'm reading the scouting report on it right now.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
He's a step slow to get his hands catch ready as a slot target.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Allows the coverage to crowd him
that-
too often.
but that was
Okay.
coming out. Okay, that was coming out of the draft. That doesn't mean that he's still
That was coming
that
out of the
type
draft.
of player.
Tell him again, Tony.
And then you
He
have to
reads
look
some
at
shit
it.
from 3 years
But hold
ago,
on.
Tony.
But hold on. But then not only that, look who. Matter of fact, I don't even remember who was the wide
It
receiver
still look the
coach
same. I don't know
the
what y'all
last-
talk about.
the last 2 years.
No,
But now-
What the hell is y'all
That boy
talking about?
got bigger, man.
It still look the same.
He done
He
got bigger,
still
more
lacks.
physical.
Well, did you not hear what I say? He lacks focus and intensity. Where have y'all seen him go out and dominate a game? You haven't seen it. He can't even find his way in the goddamn game. Now I'm trying not to show
So-
off over here. I'm trying to be cool.
So you read a little bit from his draft profile, right? So this is what I got
That's all.
from his draft profile from NFL.com on his
Yeah.
strength.
Yeah.
Expected to be a big time tester, exciting height, weight, and speed combination.
Mhm.
Averaged over 104 yards per game in 2020. Playmaker who averaged a touchdown every 4 catches over the last 2 years. Size to bang on undersized corners down the field. Strides and separates on go route. So
Mhm.
what you and Whit talking about he can't separate?
Oh,
I've seen the boy.
whoa! You just don't stop. Don't read the positive now. Come on down. Come on down some more.
I'm talking about
Come
Whit and
on.
Goat.
What
Oh.
about that preseason game? What about that preseason game where he was averaging 20 yards a clip?
What about it? It's the preseason. Go. What you want me to do? Give him a
What about
cookie?
that? Well,
But
you
hold
gonna
on,
give the
hold
other
on,
niggas
Go.
cookies? You gonna give
But-
out a
but
So
hold-
we giving
cookies
awards for
today?
preseason now? That's what we
Hey, Go.
You
doing?
gonna give out other
Hey,
people
Go.
cookies?
Check this out, Go. Ask Q how many yards. Ask Q. Oh my God. Ask Q how many yards did he average last year during the regular season?
You hear that, Q? How many yards? You heard the
How many yards did he average?
Answer the man.
17 and a half yards per catch.
Mm-hmm. You take because he only
And
had
how many wins did that equate to? I'll wait.
Now you
How many
talking nonsense.
touchdowns did that equate to?
You talking nonsense now. Now you trying to put it all on him.
You want that bullshit again?
Yeah, thank you.
Tony, let me talk to you, Tony. Let me talk to you and your listening audience. Let me talk to you and your listening audience.
Speak on it, go. Speak on it.
This dude he don't want to talk sensible, man. He got something against the man. He like Matt Fool. He got something against the man. Him and Matt Fool had a shouting match or whatever, and the man made him a healthy scratch. I'll ask anybody once again, what is a healthy scratch? Other than you have something against somebody. Show me a healthy player that can help.
Uh-oh.
What was that, Go? I guess Terrence Marshall couldn't help you out there. Hello.
He can't get no separation.
Wow.
Damn.
Jammed up on the line of the scrimmage.
Hey, boy.
If I can chime in on Terrence Marshall,
Hey, talk
only
to him, Go. You went out there for a second. I see you back now. Go ahead and talk to him.
Go ahead, Pop. Pop talking.
My only gripe with Terrence Marshall, other than not staying healthy, is that he forgets how big he is. He plays like he's 5'8" when you 6'1", 6'2", 215. You know what I'm saying? You should be b-bowing guys. And that's really been my main gripe against him. You know, I know he's going to eventually get on the field. I've been, been patient enough to wait for him to get healthy. I'm pretty sure he's going to have a decent year. He's going to have to show out. But I want him to play like he's the man. Like, it seemed like he lacked confidence. Man, it could have came from the injuries. Not being, sure of himself, what he can and cannot do. But I need this man to go out here and start little boy in some of these dudes. Because you're too physical. You're too fast. You're too strong. Show it. Do it. That's my only gripe on him.
Yeah, Jay, as you said, we arguing an unhealthy receiver, but I mean, he was pretty much healthy all of last year. But like we said, he didn't get in the game until Steve Wilkes took over. Okay.
Excuses.
In 15 rounds of fantasy football, in 15 rounds of fantasy draft football, what round get drafted?
What are we talking about?
15.
What round would he get drafted? I honestly think he would go undrafted, and you might pick him up maybe like 3 or 4 games down the road once we see him doing something.
But you know what? That's exactly what happened, because I picked him up in like week 5 or week 6 last year in fantasy.
For what?
When Carolina decided.
What you planning to do? You wasn't trying to win, obviously. Must be a popularity contest around here. Y'all got to stop this shit around here, man. God damn.
I finished second in the league. Thank you very much. Wiley, what's going on, man?
Ain't nothing to it, man. Hey, I was sitting in the backstage listening to Q and his bullshit again today, talking about TMJ.
Thank you, Wiley. Get on his ass.
He's a hater, man.
Get on his ass,
okay,
Wiley.
That's your son, and you want to protect your son, your stepson over there. Your team of stepkids you got.
Oh, my God. You know what, Q?
No. You ain't gonna put TMJ in his stepkids. Hell no.
Whoa.
Stepkids he got.
Whoa. Come on now.
See, CJ and Tony, in case y'all don't know, Wiley is the underdog king.
Wiley kid. Hell no.
Hey, but I'm right there with you, Wiley. I'm an underdog too. That's why I like Deontay Brown, man.
See, there we go. We there together.
And what he gonna do?
See, now he gonna hate on him now.
When given opportunity, he gonna shine. That's all. When given the opportunity, all he needs is an opportunity. And I promise you, once he get in, it's gonna be hard for you to pull him out.
Tony, I ain't gonna do you like that. I ain't gonna do that today.
Remember the other day when I got on GOAT and I was talking about the shovels?
Tony, pause on that.
Yeah.
Pause, man. Tony, you gotta pause that.
What are we lying about?
What you said, CJ?
I said, remember I was getting on GOAT the other day when he said we were digging holes with shovels, and I said when come middle of the season, if it pan out, coming back with them shovels. All right, so I'm gonna bring them same shovels for you, and I'm gonna bury you with them with this Terrence Marshall talk now.
Well, first of all, I don't have to worry. You could be the Undertaker, you could be the grave digger. Anywhere it go, you digging a hole for nothing. Cause the boy ain't worth a sack of shit. Just my opinion.
Okay. All right. So listen.
Oh, he's telling me, so you picking up bums on the side of the road and give him a ride to the store. God,
damn.
That's how you feel?
Yeah.
That's how we feel now, Kenan?
All these bums, man, stop it.
Hey, Tony. So, I have a question, man.
Go ahead.
So, Donte Brown, right? When he came out of Alabama, right?
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
How many years we going back?
Hold on, stop now. Did his numbers look the same as the guy we just got from NC State? Did they look about the same?
Now you saying he on Chandler Zavala level? Stop it, Wiley.
He was better. That's what I'm saying. But now
you know what? I'm not gonna let you get my blood pressure rose today.
It's true. You know what?
On what earth
You're allergic to the truth.
is Deontay Brown better than Chandler Zavala? On what earth?
Deontay Brown was a first team All American when he came out.
Hello.
Deontay
Hey,
Brown.
hey, how that help him?
Hold on. I'm trying to tell you. You asked me a
Emotional.
question, so I'm trying to tell you.
Emotional.
Deontay Brown was
Shut
first
your
team.
ass up.
First. I can't.
Get him, Wild.
I
Get him, Wild.
I get you a hug. I get you a hug. You on that bullshit today.
Angry at breakfast. Good
So
God.
you ain't got to give all his
I said
accolades
bacon,
and everything
bitch.
like that, Tony. They had two common denominators. Well, one common denominator out the two of them. Matt Rule. It hurt
Thank
my
you.
tongue to even say the name. But
Thank you.
that was the common denominator. He had something against that boy's weight. He wanted him at a certain weight, and he didn't make a certain weight. The boy been playing at three whatever he was when he came in there the whole
365.
time.
Yeah, 365,
Yeah, he was
370.
just moving people. He moved people in the preseason. We seen that. When
Yep.
James Campen came in the door, James Campen said, "Why aren't you playing this guy?" That's what he said. 100% quote. Why are y'all not playing this guy? Rule has
I'm
something
with
against,
you.
Rule has
I'm
something
with
against
you.
Terrence Marshall. Come on, Q,
Hey,
man.
I don't have
Q.
I don't
Ain't
have
no damn
anything
come
against-
on, Q, nothing.
Golly, that boy.
Stop.
That boy awesome, boy.
For national championship with Burrow.
Who's that? What you say with?
Didn't he play with LSU, right?
No, he played with Alabama.
No, he played with Alabama.
Yeah.
He played with
played
Bryce
with
Young.
Alabama.
He played with Bryce Young on the Heisman Trophy team.
My bad, boy. Don't kill me, y'all. Don't kill me. Calm down now. Leave me alone.
Will Robinson, thanks for the super chat, man. He said Carolina Panthers are the most toxic fan base.
Now,
You know it.
Say that again. Say that
Hey,
again.
Will, I appreciate your $10, but I don't appreciate that comment, my boy. I'm trying to figure out what you mean by toxic. That's a little disrespectful, my boy.
Look, Tony. I'm gonna put it like this. You know, success for our franchise like comes and goes, and it comes in spurts, and we have long layoffs. So you know, we got stuff that we're looking forward to, and for the most part, I think we can all agree that the future looks bright as of right now. So we just trying to get it together real quick. That's all. We ain't toxic.
Optimism.
You know, we trying to get used to
this.
this.
Very high right now. Yeah, optimism is very high right now. You know,
but again, thank you for the super chat, Will.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Will, but not that damn comment. But we appreciate you.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Take me back to speed, because y'all just made me slap the hell out of my damn self about 3 times. So you saying TMJ was with Bryce Young, right? In college.
No. We talking about
No.
Deontay Brown.
We start talking about Deontay Brown, the guard.
My bad.
Yeah.
I
He
thought,
was Alabama.
TMJ. Okay.
No, he LSU.
But TMJ, he did come. That's what I was saying. Okay, that's what I thought so. So he was with
LSU.
Joe Burrow, right?
Yeah, that year they went 13-0.
They won the national championship.
Yep.
Okay.
All
right, so I'm looking at that. That's what I was speaking about a minute ago. I got all off track. My bad, guys. We good.
Oh, you good, man? You good?
Kenneth always coming up with the smoke, man.
Hey, let me tell you, I'm all for Kenneth, man. He had me dying in the chat, boy.
Oh my
God!
Started.
That's why I gave y'all $2 for the daggone sauce. He come out with the chicken wings.
And we appreciate it.
Hey, we definitely appreciate it, my man. We definitely appreciate it.
Hey, for real.
You know what, Jay Issue? That is absolute fact. He said, "Can't wait for the day's game. Once the ball gets kicked, Matt Rule won't be the excuse." Hey, you goddamn right. You absolutely right. Let me tell you. Yep, it's show improved from 4:00 on. You absolutely right.
Hey, CJ.
Absolutely correct.
Hey, CJ. I've been going through all the podcasts. I've been clipping all kind of shit. You'll see the Saturday before the season start. You'll see my new show I'm putting out. Okay. I'm gonna show everybody's predictions, all this bullshit they saying. I'm gonna clip it during the whole season. Every Saturday it's gonna be clown everybody's show.
Keep the keep the
Okay.
receipts, Wiley. Keep the
Yep.
receipts.
I'm gonna pull him up. Be like, here it
All right,
is.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
you
Here it
better watch how you clip my shit, cause I'm gonna be on your ass. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Hey,
Look, Q gonna hit him with a copyright.
15 seconds. I'll be good.
Nah, I ain't gonna do it like that.
and we gonna and me and Wiley, we gonna create a whole day worth of shorts with the shit Q be saying.
And man, let me tell you.
Here comes the trouble.
Every 15 minutes, you gonna see a different short. Something. Oh, they go.
Boy.
That bullshit.
Oh man, don't do me like that.
Oh,
God.
goodness.
But listen,
That's all
fellas,
good.
I got a question. So we know, like we said, the game is tonight, and we did mention this on Black Cat Panther podcast. You guys showed the other day. We talked about it a little bit, and I want to touch on it again. How concerned, Q? You can lead it off. How concerned are you about the offensive line heading into the season?
I'm not concerned at all. I know that Austin Corbett is out, but I mean everybody else is still in place. And when I say everybody else, I mean Ike McQuanu, left tackle. He is our guy this year. I expect him to take a full jump. He will be better. Brady Christensen, another year under his belts, he will be improved. Bradley Bozeman is, the glue that holds this line together. And then Taylor Moton will be on the right side on the opposite. So my expectations was Chandler Savala was going to really fill in at that spot, but he has been dealing with injuries himself. So therefore, next man up, our boy, Cade Mays should be the next guy to get up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got high expectations for these guys because Cade Mays is that big water buffalo of a guy, and he can push some dudes around, man. He 6'6", 325 pounds, man. What more you need to see from him from Tennessee?
Yeah. Paul, what you think?
Well, I mean, I'm kind of concerned a little bit about this O line because I don't know. I'm on and off the fence with it. I mean, I really need to see K Mays really take that spot. You know what I'm saying? Because we had a veteran there who did an excellent job. So he got big shoes to fill. They might attack us on it. Yeah, Austin Corbett. Yeah, they might attack us there just because they know he's pretty much a rookie.
Okay.
So that might be a weakness. Christensen, I mean, a lot of people want to move Christensen out that spot, but I think he did an excellent job at that spot. I don't think he needs to be moved. I think Zavala needs to earn his way, not just give it to him just because he played beside Ike. You know what I'm saying? You don't just get put in the spot because, you know what I'm saying, you got to earn it. So you beat the man till you become the man. We're gonna see today though, because we're gonna get challenged.
Yeah. Go. What you think?
Go can't get separation.
Go ahead, Wiley. What you think? Is the offensive line a concern for you?
Well, I think it's going to be down to y'all talking about the right guard.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to whoever come out on top. Kate Mays got pulled during practice and they put McCray in during the scrimmage.
Yeah.
So McCray can play the position. And he's a veteran, so we may have to go with him if worse come to worse to get back to starter. But I think we'll be fine.
I honestly
actually saw
Justin McCray.
Yeah, we actually saw him during training camp playing. He was practicing at center.
Yeah, he was playing at center. He was the second team because Deontay Brown was the left guard.
Yeah, he could play all across the line. That's a good thing. So he's a swing guy, but he could play that position. He played it before. So that's an opportunity for us to have at least some veteran, a guy that played in the position and been in the league, and let K come along as necessary. Give him some plays, but we got to start at least, I think.
Well, I was definitely one of those guys last year that felt like Brady Christensen was going to be the weakest link on the team, and I felt that way because of the smash mouth type of football that Steve Wilkes and them boys wanted to run. I didn't think he had enough weight and enough push to be that guy. Now in this new wide zone style type offense, I think it fits his athleticism to a T. You know, he don't have to be so physical. You know, he can get out on the move, whether it's left or right, play up to the second level, things like that, combo blocks. You're gonna see some pin and pulls in this new offensive scheme. I think what we're going to be doing this year fits him better than what he did last year. And to his credit, I have to give respect where respect is due. The boy held up. He only had
Hmm?
two. What was it? Two holding penalties, or no, he gave up 2 sacks. He had 4 total penalties last year. So in my mind, that was a good year for it to have been his first year starting at left
Yeah.
guard, and then that whole left side basically was rookies with him and Icky. So
Yeah.
he did better. He did better than I thought, but I do believe that this new offensive scheme will fit his talents better.
Hey, but it was funny because one I think it was day 2 of camp, and they were doing the drills with the offensive lineman and defensive lineman going one on one. And it was funny because Tony wasn't looking, and I was, and I saw Shy Tuttle grab Brady Christensen, and I promise you, when they finished, he was 4 states over. I mean, he took Christensen, he had him bent backwards like this, and he was just pushing, just pushing, just pushing. And I looked this way and I said, God damn, I'm glad he ain't see that. I said, boy, he'd have been like, get his ass up out of there. Take him off the
Yes,
team.
sir.
I
But
rode him
yeah,
hard last year. I ain't gonna lie, I rode him hard
yeah, he
last year,
did.
man.
He
I rode
did.
him hard
But
last year.
think about Christian though, man. He got baby legs, man. He
Yeah,
got real small, little skinny legs to be a big guy, bro. Pause on that.
he's
I'm
top.
just saying, he got skin. He top heavy, bro. Like he's big up top,
Yeah,
but he got them little
yeah.
ass scrawny legs. Like he
So
can't
Pop,
never skip leg day.
But that
Pop, you
was a
say he
knock
got a
on him
big
too, was
chest.
his arms.
You
So who
say
we got
what?
at right
Nobody's
tackle?
on. Tell him
I
Moton.
said,
Right, Jack Taylor Moton.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I thought. All right.
Yeah. So
All
Jaycee
right.
said the
So
offensive line has always been an issue. Finally drafted to protect that QB and picked up a few pieces and think it's top 5. Said, now I'm still concerned. We have to continue to draft it that. I mean, now, yeah, I don't think nobody's saying that it's a perfect offensive line. But now this is just me. I'm just happy to see that offensive line seems to be a priority, last year and this year, more than it has been in the past. Because now this is just me, my personal take. It just seemed like they said the hell with the offensive line for a few years. It was just like we just gonna throw some pieces in there. We just gonna roll the dice and see how it go. And then you see our quarterbacks up back there getting beat up and tossed around and all that good stuff. Yeah. Ain't saying it's perfect, but it's definitely trending in a better direction that it has been in Carolina for a long time.
can I
yeah,
say one
that's true.
thing before we change the subject?
Go ahead.
All
Yeah, go
right.
ahead,
What I
boy.
noticed. All right. What I noticed about the offensive line is this: for the last 3 years under the Matt Rule era, the offensive line looked like they pass block well, but the run block wasn't there. And it wasn't there really last year neither until Steve Wilkes took over. And then it was like, oh, where did this come from? Will
Mm.
that be able to continue? Because I know we had like a lot of guys that was out. Iki had played the whole season, and but Corbin got hurt, right? So we had a lot of rotational players to come in. My thing is, which will probably be the next thing we probably talk about, what's up with the running game? Because we can pass block good, but I don't think we can run block good at all. So I don't see a lot of balance in our offensive line.
It's
That
just
will
Well,
be
me.
that would be my concern.
All
go
right.
ahead, Why?
It's just me. But those guys played all but one game together. They got hurt the in the last game, so they played all 17 games last 16 games last year
Okay,
together.
okay,
Mm.
They
okay.
got hurt in the last game, but they can run block. And the way Frank calls his plays, he his playbook is pretty balanced. And if they go with that wide zone blocking, it'll set up for a lot of quarterback. I wouldn't say it's going to allow Bryce to drift to either left or right in the pocket and find lanes to pass. So
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be looking
Whatever.
for him, and you're going to be looking for the running back. And I think Chuba's going to do better in the wide zone blocking scheme.
I was getting ready to say Ian Thomas more on that because we don't have a fullback spot. And Ian Thomas is not a good catcher at all. But to be a tight end, he can block in the running game.
Man, we do got Giovanni Richie now. I mean, it was funny because I used to tell Tony this all the time. At one point, I thought he was I thought you could take him, put him at tight end, and kick Thomas and Trimble out and let him play damn tight end. I thought he had better hands than both of them. At one point last year. But the thing, go back to what you're saying about the offensive line, though. Now down the stretch, especially when Steve Wilkes took over, that running game took off. Because Foreman had almost 1,000 yards between the time that Wilkes started. Wilkes was the coach and ended the season. So I do think the run game was their strength last year on the offensive line, and I think they did a damn good job as far as pass protection too, because the sacks did come down from the previous years. Now when we had Cam Irvin, protecting with Teddy Bridgewater and the rest of them boys. Now you ask them quarterbacks about how they felt about that pass protection.
They've been on the ground. Anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. Understood. You answered my question, CJ. I ain't going in front. You said it right there on point.
We appreciate you being on, man. We're gonna switch you out with another guest that's trying to get on right quick, okay?
Oh no, hold on. No, he ain't got to switch out.
That, I appreciate the time.
No, wait, you can stay. You can stay. I don't know if he was having some connectivity issues or what. I sent him the link again, and I don't know because he should have. He should have popped up backstage, but I didn't see him. But you good? You ain't got to go nowhere.
My bad. Will you good?
Okay.
All
right. I mean, I wouldn't have been mad, fellas, but I appreciate that, yo.
Yeah,
I know. CJ had a question that he wanted to get in. We should have got it in earlier. So CJ, go ahead, take it away.
What was it with Stroud?
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you. Okay, so I think Q may have already answered this, but the rest of y'all guys on here, do you think we dodged? Do you think we dodged the bullet with CJ Stroud, or do you think last night was more so he didn't really have a chance or the time or the protection to show anything that he can do?
Well,
good, Q. I know this your question, right?
There it is, Q.
First of all, I'm looking at, because I got my eyes on everything right now as we speak. All the rookies look like they're struggling. AR just came out through a pick, and he's struggling too. This is crazy right now. That was we wrong about this draft class? These guys are not looking good. CJ is a dummy. AR out here struggling. Lord, I hope Bryce can see the light. Lord, please. Please help me.
Oh, come on, man. You're killing me, man. You're killing me. Killing me.
Yo, both of those guys threw a pick in their first drive.
Oh, AR and Stroud?
And Stroud. He just threw a pick to D. Jackson. I don't know who D. Jackson is on Buffalo.
Oh, that's the number one cornerback. That dude's really good.
Oh. D. Jackson?
Yeah, Jackson's pretty good, man.
Yeah, I don't think he's the number one corner up there though. I think
but he's pretty. Oh, you're right, but he's pretty good. He was on he been on the team the last what?
Wiley done elevate him. I mean, that's another one of his stepsons.
You know what? Hey, can we get the shovel and get a little of this bullshit out?
I ain't saying that.
What a shovel at? What a shovel?
You don't put him as the number one corner over everybody else over there. Not Wiley. Pump the brakes.
Nah, Jackson's pretty good. Jackson's pretty good, Doc.
Okay. All right.
But I'll answer the question since Q didn't really answer the question.
Go ahead,
I'm sorry.
I think we dodged the bullet for this reason. Now his offensive line, he was missing 3 starters. Okay, the dude didn't have much time to set up. I understand that. But when we was going through the evaluation process, I was saying he had problems reading defenses, and one of his issues he had was when guys crossed the middle of the field, usually around 10, between 5 and 10 yards. If they went, if he was rolling out to his left and they went to his right, it's like he never saw him. It was like,
Mm.
I don't know why, but he didn't ever see him. And he then in that same scheme, he would throw an interception, and that's exactly what they did last night. Exact
Well,
same
they
thing. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I'm gonna say no. Go ahead, finish. My bad.
Now the tight end and the running back was crossing. They crossed each other. And they were open in the flats, but he didn't hit them. And what he tried to do? He tried to hit the guy up the seam on the corner there, and but the safety knew it, and he just picked him off. It was like just like when we had those in the Discord. I put like 5 or 6 videos in there. He was doing the
Mm.
same thing, and it's like they scouted him, and he did the same. He just did it. It's like
Well,
he has
that's
a flaw there. Go ahead.
this has been one of the knocks on quarterbacks coming out of Ohio State for a while. In that scheme, that I think the coach name is Brian Day. I probably got that wrong. I can't remember his first name, but they said in that scheme they aren't taught how to read the whole field. It's like basically they play quarters. They
Mm.
take one side of the field and that's what they focus on. They don't know how to read or take the progressions from left to right or right to left. They don't know how to go through 1, 2, 3, and possibly 4 different progressions. You know what I'm saying? It may be 2 at MDG.
That was on my ass right now. I done
There it
got like
is.
4 phone
You
calls in
got
the
that.
middle of this live and
Go
all,
ahead.
and they
Go
all
ahead.
on
Read
my
that off.
ass.
Read that off.
Go ahead. Hey, what I was gonna say is not important. Go ahead and read the comment.
It's Anthony Richardson is a dummy. We dodged the bullet. He ain't got it. Never mind my comment. That's for you only. I don't really mean it.
First of all, he came out the second drive and he is looking very good the second drive. So don't push the dummy button on him yet. You
Who you
gotta
talking about?
see
Anthony Richardson?
AR.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah, Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Right now he leading his team down the field for a drive, better than CJ.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
MDG, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, Jay
Really,
issue said he
Tony?
throwing off
Yeah,
with 1 foot. They ain't
hell
even
yeah.
paying it.
Ain't no man. Listen,
so they doing this just to troll me now.
no,
That's
no,
all.
no. I'm not. Listen, I'm just speaking pure facts as they were. There's no way in the hell, and Q, you know this, and anybody else that was an Anthony Richardson fan, there's no way in hell his stats coming out of Florida would tell you that he was worth a number 1 overall pick. Now, if you say it, I'm gonna go ahead and call you a lie to your face, because that's what you're doing. Now, if you're just a fan of him, just say that. But don't go say that his production and the numbers
No.
equal
I
Look,
first
never
Q said,
overall
said
excuse
pick.
me?
his production and his numbers would equal that. What I said was when you look at the talent and his physical ability to go with his arm strength, you got to say, he got a
But you
stronger arm
keep
than Bryce Young. He
but you talking
has
about arm strength. Let's talk about the accuracy, the
well, you
anticipation,
got to let me
putting the
get
Hold
there.
on,
ball.
hold on, hold on, Tony. Hold on, Tony.
What?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta let me get
You got to
there.
work
Tony,
with my
put down
cousin
the
a little
white.
bit.
Tony, put down the white
So
chair.
Hey,
so
look,
He
he getting
people
excited
hey,
over there. He sweating a
oh
little
I'm
bit.
coming. I'm coming, Pop. I'm coming.
Put down the white chair, Tony. Calm
Nah,
down.
I can't do that. Cause no matter where you going with this argument, Q, it is not going to equal
Uh
first
oh.
overall pick.
Uh oh.
okay.
Period.
Here
All
we
right.
go. Here we go.
Okay.
Maybe
It's
not
not
first
going to equal
overall
first
pick,
overall
So
but
the
pick.
first
business he
round
tells
pick.
me no matter what argument I got, he ain't want to hear. So I'm gonna leave it alone.
I'm gonna give you the same brick wall that you gave me earlier.
Hey,
Oh man.
hey, look, Q. You were setting Tony up left and right the other day, man. Hey, you over here with us. Hey,
Oh,
look,
here we go.
Yeah.
Here
Hey,
we
hey,
go.
he better be lucky I ain't in the mood. I'd have lined his ass up just now too.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna get him sooner or later.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
The
But now
AR
go
support coming out the
ahead. Go
woodwork.
ahead with your argument. Go ahead with your argument, man. Go
Okay,
ahead with your
so
argument.
you
Let
look
him
at
finish,
his
Tony.
arm strength. His arm strength is better than Bryce Young. It's better than CJ. His accuracy lacks in that department. Those two guys outshine him in that. His pocket presence is more superior. His ability, first of all, you got to understand, you're talking about a guy that was 13 games into the season last year with no support from his coaching staff, with no support from his guys that was around him. He didn't have any weapons. Look, Bryce had Jahmyr Gibbs, and then he had a tight end. CJ had the Legion. Look, he had the Justice League at receiver over there. So no matter what wrong he did, they would overshadow it. All I'm saying is take a look at this guy for the potential that he has is way higher. He's a freakish athlete as well. Nobody wants to see that, but then look at here. AR just scored a touchdown. See.
Let's go.
I tell you, the guy has potential. CJ is a dummy. Listen to what I'm saying.
Hey, can I chime in real quick, Q?
If you think about
Tag me
CJ
in.
played in the
Tag me in real quick.
Go ahead.
Appreciate it, brother.
Go ahead.
And then, Tony, if you didn't know, this man had the his wide receiver staff, right? I'm gonna call them staff because they weren't players. Staff. They had the most drops in college history going all the way back to what's his name?
It was a 60s,
Joe Montana.
Bro. No, it was what?
To Joe Montana. Nobody has had more wide receiver drops to Joe Montana. Oh, to Dan Marino. It's one of them two.
It was Joe.
They didn't catch
I think it was Joe.
nothing.
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana. The most
76.
drops. The most drops in college history as a wide receiver group. So you're telling me if they would have caught 10 more passes, his percentage would, instead of being a 55, would have been a 65.
Off of 10 catches?
If they caught 10 more.
Each one of them, 10 catches? Come on, man. The percentage
one of them, they would have caught 10 more.
Each player.
Each one of them would have caught 10 more passes.
Each
he'd have
player.
been from a 55 to 65.
Different
that's if was a fifth, we all be drunk. That's
I'm just saying.
Here
we go.
So hold on. All right, so we're gonna do that same thing. We can do the same thing with Cam. Didn't have a supporting cast, right? The same thing with him. He didn't have a supporting cast. Guess how many people he had drafted in the first round with him?
From the Auburn team?
None.
No, from the Gators. How many?
No,
first round. Anthony Richardson?
First round.
Oh, you talking about Richardson?
Yeah,
none.
None other than his one lineman, the guard.
But hold on, like
not a wide receiver, not a tight end.
Like I said to Q the other day. Now, if you're going to compare, let's compare apples to apples, not apples to oranges.
I got you. Well, let's make applesauce.
There's no comparison when you talk about Cam's 1 year at Auburn as opposed to Anthony Richardson
I'm
1
not
year
comparing,
at Florida. Because
I'm not comparing them.
What you can say is what Cam had at Auburn was just as equal to what Anthony Richardson had at Florida last year, and Cam took his team to the national championship game and won it on an undefeated season.
I get that.
So what I'm saying is because when you say how many players from Florida got drafted, period, right? Last year with Anthony Richardson, I pose that same question to you. Tell me who got drafted off that Auburn team with Cam Newton.
Exactly. The only reason why I said that, and the difference is a damn big difference between them two. The problem is that Anthony Richardson doesn't have the amount of experience that Cam has had compared to Cam. So if you put him in this, if you put AR here, not saying there's nothing wrong with Bryce. Bryce is our guy. The supporting cast that Anthony Richardson is going to need, it would have fit in great here. You know what I'm saying? You might not have had to go get a Mingo. You could have actually went and got your freaking corner because you could because of his athleticism, he could probably put some games on his back, like we've seen before here.
So
go ahead.
So you remember what I was talking about with CJ Stroud and when I said it looked like the game was too fast for him. Remember I said that the other day?
Yeah.
I just watched AR come back out after throwing a pick and he drove his team directly down the field. And remember I told you if Bryce comes out and he looks the same way, I wouldn't be mad. All I wanted to see was control of the offense, control of knowing where you're going, being able to read the defenses. That's what I'm seeing now from AR that I didn't see from CJ. There's a night and day difference in what being showcased today. Now, I just asked for Bryce to come out. He don't have to be a superstar. He just have to manage the game and don't mess up. In his first drive, he only gonna get a driver.
Okay. So let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at offensive talent from Houston to Indianapolis, who do you think is in a better situation to succeed?
From Houston to Indianapolis, that's with us included?
No, between Houston, and Indianapolis.
The Colts.
It's the Colts all day, man.
The Colts have a top 5 offensive line. They got a running back that was probably number 2 or number 3 in the league last year. Yeah, but I'm saying, but he's there. He's there. They got a whole lot better wide receiver core than Houston got. Like Houston has nothing outside of CJ Stroud. Houston got Dameon Pierce as a running back, and this is his second year. John Mechie sat out last year because I think he had cancer or whatnot. Right now, he's probably the best wide receiver on the Texans right now. CJ has nobody to give the ball to. Nobody. He does not have the luxury of having the offense that's already built for him and was dropped in there to be a added piece.
So I gotta stop you there because he got Robert Woods from the Rams. He got Xavier Hutchinson, which we thought was a good draft choice. They got him in his second, third round from Iowa State. The boy was one of the top prospects at receiver. He was a top 5 prospect last year. So I mean, he has weapons there. It's just all about his offensive line with Laramie Tunzel and the crew that's there. They're just not good enough.
Right.
If you get better offensive play, all of them will look better.
So you can't fix the man's eyes.
Yeah.
Can't fix who eyes?
CJ.
CJ.
But your eyes can only give you what time can give you. Am I right? If you ain't got time for your eyes
in time.
If your eyes don't give you the time, if you're not giving the time for your eyes to operate, you can't operate. Let's just take it back. Let's just take it back to Tom Brady. Tom Brady last year in New England, and one of the reasons why he got out of New England and went to Tampa Bay is because they no longer had an offensive line to protect him. We talking about arguably the greatest player, not just quarterback, but the greatest player in NFL history. Let's just remind ourselves what kind of season he had that last year playing behind that sorry offensive line that he played with in New England. And then when he got to Tampa Bay, look at all the weapons that he had around him in the backfield and the offensive line that protected him. What did he do? He took Tampa Bay to the Super Bowl. It doesn't make no difference how good of a quarterback you are. If you don't have a line to protect you, you are ass. Period.
I can't knock that one bit.
Period. You gotta have protection up front.
Right.
That's why it's imperative. So we can say what CJ Stroud can or can't do, but right now, as it stands, he doesn't have a line that can protect him that will allow him to fully reach his potential. And I hate that for him.
Well, he should have scored better on his test, and he would have been a Carolina Panther.
Look, Jay, he didn't do nothing to deserve this backlash. We just having a back and forth about him, and it didn't help that the other night he looked like the bottom of a garbage can out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I would say the only reason why my bad. I would say the only reason why he deserves this backlash is that he didn't play in the top superpower conference. I mean, well, don't get it wrong. Ohio State does play in a good top superpower conference, but when you look back at last year's conference in the SEC, You had
what
what?
the hell are
How
you
many?
talking about?
Ooh, let me
You
finish
boys
what I
were
was going to
contending for
say. No,
national
no.
championships now. Come on, Bubba. Come on.
Now you,
Look at Pop. Look at
but
Pop.
Ohio State. All right, let me finish. Did Ohio State? That look, that look, that look.
Wit, wit.
I
Don't
ain't gonna
dig
even. You
yourself.
ain't gonna let me chance me,
Wit,
boy. I'm done.
don't dig yourself no hole. I see
Right,
these
let me
vultures
stop
out
being
here.
Skip Bayless over here. Let me
Hey,
stop
Wit,
being
these
Oh,
Skip
okay.
vultures
Bayless.
out
I'm gonna
here
leave it
now.
alone.
These vultures out
I was
here.
with you
Be
until you
careful.
said that. I was like, well, what the hell? Now,
Now,
so
let me finish.
Wit,
Let me fix what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
yeah.
let him cook for a minute. Let him cook, y'all. Let him cook.
Right. Ain't no, I see right now there ain't gonna be no winning with you, Pop. It's off the heads with me. All right,
Oh
I didn't
god.
fucked up.
yeah,
Wit,
you
It's
fucked
my
up.
Christmas.
Yeah, you fucked
Wit,
up just now.
Wit talking
Oh
like Ohio
god.
But
State
I
played
was.
in the Mountain West Conference or something. Oh my God.
Nah,
Oh my god.
no. What I'm
Oh,
trying to say, you got to look at the quarterbacks that got drafted this year. I besides for Stroud, you had Will Levis from Kentucky. You had um, Hendon Hooker from Tennessee. You had Bryce Young from Alabama, and then we had AR from Florida. Now I sat there and I watched all them Tennessee games last year, but y'all already know my comments on how the way I feel about Hendon Hooker. I'm just gonna leave that alone. But
Mm.
we know you're a
especially
Tennessee
against the
Vols
game,
fan, Wit.
right? No, I'm a Carolina here in Greensboro. But
Mm.
no, off in that Tennessee game, it's like he just connections to I don't know what receivers y'all one game. And what I was trying conference for players to get drafted out baller, and he still got one left out there. To say is that I don't see. I would be happy to say, and I say it like this: I would be happy to see us in the field. He doesn't get sacked, but he has an incompletion that could have. He goes down and throws a bomb. The daggone conversation.
Shout out
Okay.
my boy Jaycee, bro. He a mess.
He
Jaycee,
is. I just
that
saw
boy is
that.
the
He
best,
is.
dog.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I
Lord,
was trying not to laugh. I was trying not to laugh, man.
y'all.
I'm done. I ain't opening my mouth no more. I'm just gonna listen.
You good with you
Nah,
good.
Wit, you good. You good, dog.
I'm
This
just
is
trying to
what the
spark up the conversation, get y'all going, get your minds all riled up. Now, what this nigga talking about? Excuse
hey,
me. Excuse me.
hey
I'm sorry.
man. Hey, this is what the platform is for, man. It's just for if you know ball and you got a feeling about ball, come on and speak your piece,
Right.
man. We don't discriminate.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
I
We don't
appreciate that,
Trust me.
fellas.
discriminate.
We all have different opinions. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I
let
agree
me
with a
get
lot
this
of
Hey,
y'all. You know, with it.
let me get this last question out of the way before we get out of here. Now, and I'm Pop, I'm gonna start with you on this one.
yes, sir.
What are you looking for from the defensive front tonight?
Uh, I'm really not really worried about the defense. To be honest with you, I think those who need to be babysitted, please keep them on the sideline. Um, I don't. I be honest with you, I don't want to see Camu Kruger Hill out there. I want to see who's
What?
behind him. He's
Yeah,
already
because he a
solidified.
starter is what he's saying.
He's already solidified, bro. He don't
Over
need to be out there like that, bro.
who is he starting over?
So Lou's in front of him, and then it's Camu,
Brandon Smith.
and then I want to see who's behind him. So I don't know
Brandon
who's
Smith,
behind
wasn't
him.
Yeah, I think
Brandon
Brandon
Smith,
Smith and Camu Google
yeah,
Hill are the second string linebackers.
yeah. So
Hmm.
I need to see the Brandon Smith. I need to see the Rajon Wright. I need to see everybody who job is preferably on the line, or to see if
Right.
they've elevated. You know what I'm saying? What do
Yeah.
they got?
True.
Um,
Okay.
I want to see that boy Milton, even though I know he's a backup, but I want to see why they chose him. I know he's very fast, so I want
Yeah,
to see if
Mark
he's a
Milton.
slot
Yeah.
corner or is he an outside corner? Like what he got? So I need to see the corners that we are keeping, so
Right.
to speak, and see what they're gonna do. That's what I want to see from the defense.
Wiley, you
I don't want
still
to see
there?
no starters.
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, what about you? What are you looking for from the defensive front?
I'm looking for if we can see how the defensive line, the front three, how much pressure they're gonna be able to put on the offensive line they're playing against, and then see if those guys are penetrating, so that'll make it easier for our outside linebackers this year. If those guys can set the tone up front, then we're gonna have an outstanding year for Burns and whoever's opposite of him. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. Q, go ahead.
I think with me, I really want to see on that outside linebacker spot, man. I'm really interested to see what I got in Marquise Haynes, what I really got in Yatil Gross-Matos, Mari Barno. I'm ready to put those guys in a full showcase and put them in the open field and see what they can do. Because
Right.
we've been sitting here for the longest trying to figure out what direction should we go with these guys. If not, let's put them on tape and let's sell them to the highest bidder. But other than that, I mean, Gruger Hill is solidified in my eyes. Shaq Thompson, Frankie Louvu, Justin Houston, this is a damn good front seven. First of all,
It is.
I
it's a
agree.
damn good one. So I'm excited. I want to see a little bit of growth in that cornerback room too, because Rajon Wright to me is that guy. I just need to move C.J. Henderson and keep Taylor the hell out the way.
What about the safeties? What about the
I was
safeties? You,
gonna
you think we pretty set at safety? You think we got some good quality depth behind Von Bell and Xavier Woods?
Well, I never cared for Xavier Woods. One because he's a box safety. He's horrible in coverage. I mean, because he got brick hands. He'll
That
break up
CJ
a play,
boy.
but he's not a playmaker. I hate to say it. He is not a playmaker. Eric Rowe is the guy that's going to really be cleaning up a lot of stuff you see on this field from the cornerback position as well as the safety position. He
Yeah,
gonna be vital to our defense this year and how well we go because he's so versatile. And I
yeah,
want to see Jamie Robinson come out and play with a little bit of edge, man. Let's see what he
Oh
can
yeah.
give us.
yeah.
I
I
don't
think
believe
I
in
think
Sam Franklin.
Special
Mm.
team.
hey, I think they got Sam Franklin right where he needs to be.
Hmm.
Special teams.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I don't ever want to see him on the defense side of the ball. I don't care what damn down the distance it is. Leave him
Right.
on special teams. Hey,
I agree.
what he is what the saying go? If you're a jack of all trades or a master of one, just let him be that master of one. He is not a jack of all trades. Just let him be that master of one. He is hell on special teams, and that's exactly why I would leave him.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
okay,
I,
CJ,
I agree.
go ahead, go ahead, give us the last answer and your final thought, man.
I agree with Q, man. I think we got a hell of a defensive front, and I think that next to the cornerback position for me, maybe like a month or so ago, I thought that our biggest need outside of corner on the defense was linebacker, but Camus
Right,
Gruger Hill has shown up in camp. We got Justin Houston in. We signed Deion Jones. So the linebacking core, I think, is solid across the board, has depth. Defensive line, I mean, you're gonna have Derek Brown, as we like to call, we call him Big Snacks McCall, and then you got Shy Tuttle, on deep. That's gonna be a hell of a 3-man front there.
yeah,
That's gonna be a hell of a front.
I think we got a very good mix of veterans,
Mhm.
good veteran mix with some good young guys. I
Yeah,
think that veteran presence is definitely needed on any side of the ball, whether offense or defense. You got to have some type of veteran presence. I mean, I know Shaq was the most tenured Panther uh, on the defense side of the ball, but you bring in someone like Von Bell, you bring in someone like Justin Houston, guys that played in big games and have been Pro Bowlers throughout their career. They just bring that added presence, that added positive feel to the team that these young guys could learn from. So
mhm,
I'm definitely anxious to see. I'm just anxious to see how this whole 3-4 scheme is going to work. Now
yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
think we ran a
I
three
want
four.
to say.
I don't think we ran a 3-4 since Ron Rivera and Jack Del
Ron
Rio was
Rivera.
here. Yeah.
mhm.
So I'm just anxious to see uh what these boys gonna look like in this scheme.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh
So
yeah.
listen, man, we're gonna get out of here, but before we get out of here, Q, Pop, Wiley, man, y'all got any final thoughts before we get out of here? Q, we go ahead and let you start off.
Um, Look, let's just try to come out here, go ahead and get your atmosphere ready. Panther football is back. I'm so excited to be out here and kicking it with you guys, man. We appreciate the invite from two fans in the stands. Make sure y'all go over to Black Cat Panther podcast. If you're watching this, subscribe to the channel. Show that love, man.
Yes,
We're gonna
sir.
wipe you. We're gonna wipe your feet off for you.
Mm-hmm.
Already, Pop, go ahead. What you got?
Hey man, I'm gonna keep it simple, man. Keep pounding, man. Appreciate y'all having us on, man. Much love, man. We will be back in checking with y'all. And look, if Bryce Young, he was terrible, y'all. Take it easy, y'all.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Take it easy. He's a rookie, man. First game.
Wiley, where you at? You still on?
Yeah, I'm still here. Hey,
Buffalo?
yeah, you still on, bro? Hold on a second. Hey, so Panthers
I
Germany. So next year, everybody know Panthers is coming to Germany. So if you get the opportunity, you coming to Germany, hit me up. All the podcasts that are coming, we'll all be there together. We're gonna do a show together. So
Okay.
I'll be here as the welcome wagon. I'll make sure everybody gets there. We're gonna rent one big place. We all get there. And we're gonna do podcasts together. I provide all the mics and all that stuff. So we'll sit down, break some bread.
Oh,
Oh yeah, break some
oh,
bread, have a good time together, do a big podcast. We'll be face to face so everybody can see all of us. And
Oh.
if you haven't had
that's
the
what's up.
opportunity, go to Carolina Panthers Germany podcast. You'll see my first show. Like I said, the Saturday before the game. I'll make
Oh,
sure I
that's
put it
you,
all out.
Wiley?
That's me, brother. That's me.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
me.
Didn't know
because
that.
I
Yeah.
wasn't sure like how many of the other podcasts were gonna be in Germany, because I know I'm where I live, I'm closer to Germany than you guys are. So I already got plans to be there in 2024 when we play the Chiefs. But
Hmm.
hey, I love the fact that you are creating a round table for the content creators while we there in Germany. So you could definitely count us in, man. We definitely in there.
Oh yeah, so I already got a hold of Rashad. Rashad said he's in. Of course, all the Panther guys, we're all in.
The
So
two
Yep.
y'all
fans in the
guys are in.
stands, we in
Yep.
too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I got to contact who was that? Aaron. So I think Aaron said he was in, but I'll validate that, and then we'll
Okay.
have everybody there. Then we can all sit down and break bread together, and we can go to the game together and have a good time.
Oh.
Now
Okay.
already, that's what's up. Well, CJ, man,
Yeah.
go ahead and give us our final thoughts and take us on out of here, man.
All right. Well, I just wanted to say, so I don't know how to say the rest of that. The game starts at 4. So that's why you looking at the Jaguars game right now. The game started at 4 o'clock. I'll let you know that.
Yeah.
Kevin, he said, "Hey guys, I'm going to Germany too." All right, cool. See you
Okay,
there.
we'll see.
Yeah, but all I got to say is piggyback on what Tony said, man. I appreciate everybody coming in and joining us and chopping it up with us, talking to us. You know, we appreciate y'all. We're new podcast and we still trying to, get our feet, entrenched in the dirt, get some traction and get this thing moving. Um, we are still on our way to 1,000 subscribers. So if you're still in the chat and you haven't subscribed, please do us a favor, hit the like button and subscribe. We really
Yes, sir.
appreciate it. Go over to Black Cat Panther podcast, check them out, subscribe. Panthers Germany, show everybody some love that's on here. And our wit, we appreciate you coming on with us today, man. You always in our chat every week. We
Yeah.
appreciate the money to get the sauce for the wings. So
Yeah. Yeah, we
no doubt,
appreciate that barbecue sauce money. And
yeah.
and also
no
don't forget to we going live every Saturday, and it'll be between 12 to 2 p.m. So every Saturday
Mhm.
look forward to hearing us going live
Mhm.
each and every week. So we want to try to make this every weekend thing, man.
Yeah. Oh, and
Alright,
shout
that's
out.
what it
We see two block. Thank you, appreciate you. J issue, everybody in the chat. J issue hung out with us all day. Being crazy in the chat. Appreciate you, bud. I appreciate. But yeah, y'all. We thank you, man, and we catch y'all next time.
All right,
Alright.
man. Well, hey, Thank y'all for watching Two Fans in the Stands. Don't forget to leave comments down below. And until then, Panther Nation, keep pounding.
Keep pounding.
All day. All day.